Hello, welcome back to Northern Lights. Today I'm going to do a DVD series review on Combat, a television series that ran from 1962 to 1967. First four seasons are in black and white, and the last season is in color. That's basically in 67 when color was fully coming on to TV. I'm not going to get into the discussion because there's valid points on both sides. Some of the actors didn't want the show to go into color. They thought they would ruin it, but the network said, no, we got to jump on this bandwagon. Plus, there's all kinds of other stuff which is mentioned in some of the special features on the DVD set. So I'm not going to get into that. Like I said, there's valid reasons on both sides to stay black and white and to go to color. But that's just the way things were going. The series starred Vic Morrow and Rick Jason. Where we got Jansen from? Maybe Vic Morrow. Unfortunately, we all know what happened to him around 1980. And Rick Jason. Both of them were in World War II. I can't remember what their ranks were. Rick Jason took his life in, I believe, in 2002. So anyway, this is one of the rare shows where it had 2 stars, and if a show was dealing mainly with Vic Morrow, he was introduced first as the star of the show, and some of the ones that dealt with Rick Jason, he was the lead that came up first in the opening credits. That was rare. Actually, I believe it is one of the only shows that ever did that. If Combat follows a squad of men from D-Day making their way to France, although 5 years, longest drama of World War II on air. This is a serious show, more than what the Rat Patrol was, which is a half-hour action. The action in this series is excellent. What I will say, and I believe when Steven Spielberg was making Saving Private Ryan, obviously he watched the show, some shows, because there are some scenes in Saving Private Ryan, and I'm watching the series and go, that's exactly the way that was filmed in Saving Private Ryan. It's just the shots of two people, the way they, and the same with Band of Brothers. That's the same scene from this. First season, yeah, what did I say? Ran from 1962 to 1967. It was 152 episodes. On the disc, there's 4 episodes per disc. Except for the last season, it's 3. The first season, there are so many stars, and I'm just going to say there's just major stars back in the day. Ted Knight actually plays German in a couple of, I think, 3 or 4 episodes. The first season, directors are Robert Altman, Richard Donner, Ted Post, many other famous directors that came in their own right in the 70s and all that. Donner and Altman do commentary on the episodes that are excellent. First, I think there's almost 2 commentaries on every 2 episodes in the first season. Whereas I didn't write down. My only issue with this is there's no pamphlet that came to tell you what's on the disc each episode. No information at all on any of them, and that's what I've been seeing. And maybe some of them might changed over the years, but I don't believe this series is produced anymore on DVD. I could be wrong, but the shows are not in order. They're only off, like, this show was on this date, then the next show that should be following it that aired is actually four episodes down the road and all that. It's just they don't line up. Even if you put in disc 1 and when it comes up on the screen, the main menu there, it'll probably say disc 5. And that's through the whole DVD set. All like this is disc 5, but when you put it in, start watching it probably says disc 3. And the shows are not in order that they aired. That's my only major complaint on this. This show looks awesome on DVD, and even the color season, the 5th season in color, the colors just pop off the screen. Now I'm using an old plasma screen TV, but it is just awesome once it gets into color. And the special effects or sound effects for the gun firing are just wicked in the 5th season. 10 times better than what's in. They're all good, don't get me wrong. All the action scenes and the shooting and all that sound effects are good, but in this one, this is where they really come to life, with the color and the sound. What I started doing was taking my own notes, just put on the episodes which have the commentary on them. There's a special feature called Combat in Color, Part 1 and Part 2. They're about 30 minutes long. That's gives you a whole lot of information about the series, because you'll be watching it and you go, well, why are they doing that? Why isn't that there? It's all explained in those 2 special features. Other than that, there's galleries. The commentaries are full of all information and all that. The first 2 seasons were primarily filmed on location. Starting in the 3rd season, they start doing more studio work. They call it like a green set, which is just set up with trees and all that, where they're kind of camping around. There's more of that starting in the 3rd season. In the 3rd season, though, they're also doing overhead shots, which they didn't do in the first 2 seasons. Vic Morrow directed, I think, about half a dozen episodes. They are awesome, the shows that he directed. And it's too bad he didn't stay in as a director. Directed more after he finished the show and all that, because he was a really good director. I can't remember what I was going to say now. I don't like the studio stuff, and that's more prominent in the last 2 seasons there too. And I don't like, Star Trek used to do that. You'd film a studio shot in one, then you'd be outside, then you're back inside again. Or I don't like that type of filming. But anyways, nothing. That's the way it was done back then. A lot of major. The biggest star I think they had that appeared on Combat was Lee Marvin. See there you got Telly Savalas, Mickey Rooney, Charles Bronson, Robert Duvall. Each of them starred in a couple of episodes. Telly Savalas, I think, did 3 episodes. There's Jack Lord, Leonard Nimoy. It follows a squad. Nothing too controversial. I think there's only one episode where they has to do with a concentration camp. It's just the men in the squad. They're the different missions they go on. And so you had Sergeant Saunders, Vic Morrow, Lieutenant Hanley by Rick Jason. There was Cage, Frenchman, Louisiana in the show. Then there was Kirby. Unfortunately, Kirby was an actor and the character I did not like. It's just one of those. He was an annoying character. And I'm sure even in a platoon back then, you had one of those annoying guys all the time. There's Doc was really good. The guy who played Doc, his last name's Carter. I think he was the only actor to be nominated, I believe, for an Emmy. As much as I dislike Kirby, there is an episode that he is actually really good in. It's called Leader, where he's in charge of the squad. Other than that, I remember it was on A&E back in the day. And I tuned in. Every time I tuned in, I always caught the opening flash scene with the gun going off. And it was, oh, this reminds me of that Light Bright kids game thing. So I never really watched it. But it's like one of them said in the commentary, you're watching a 50-minute movie. And they are excellent. Out of 100%, I'd probably say 98% of the shows are excellent. There's just a few duds. The acting is great. Everybody enjoyed working with each other. They all praise Vic Morrow because the commentaries were all done long after he was gone. This is an excellent episode. Show belongs in everybody's collection if you pick it up. I don't think we'll ever see it on Blu-ray. Like I said, the color episodes just pop and the sound looks beautiful. Better than any Blu-ray that I've seen in a long time. And that's it. Combat. Thanks for watching. Remember, be kind, rewind.